Hello, hello, hello. Hello, collectives. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? Blessings to all of you. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, collectives. Hello, hello. A lot of you are feeling like you need a lot to let go of and release. And what we do for that? Well, we read Psalms 112:30. Read Psalms 112:30. Especially all of you that are going through the struggle. Read it to yourselves genuinely. You'll see what happens in the morning. You are awesome. Let's try to bring our ego and our pride down. It should not be within us. It's not needed. We should be graceful and grateful for what we do have. Learn how to utilize that, maintain that, and sustain it as much as possible, collectives. Okay? I do like my alone time. It's beautiful. You get that one-on-one, that relationship, that personal relationship with God. He hears your cries and your tears. And you learn how to ask for forgiveness and release everything, relinquishes everything, lets go of everything in the past. God works strictly with you. He knows all of your hearts, and He knows exactly what you need, not what you want. And what you want, you will receive after you take care of what's needed. God's not saying not to enjoy yourselves or have fun. God's not saying not to live your life, but to fight for what you believe in. And that's what matters. Hello, everyone. Hello. A lot of my earth signs are going through so much. A lot of my earth signs, north nodes, you guys are going through so much. Yet you do not understand why you're going through what you're going through. But you will receive an answer pretty quickly, pretty soon. The truth will be revealed to you, enough for you to make a decision that's warranted. And I believe, for some reason, if you do not make this change, God will make it for you. Make sure you love God first and you put Him first before anything and anyone else, so that He can guide you on the right path and show you the truth, that it may be exposed to you. Thank you, Magdi. Thank you for following me. I don't mind having 2 people or 3 people or 4 people or 5 people on the live. It does not matter to me. I'm not here for fame, nor do I expect it. I'd rather the 2 people that need help and clarity than 300. Then I'm not doing my job and God's not doing His purpose. No. I am okay with that. So, let's continue, shall we? I was reading Chronicles today. It was quite interesting in what I read. It basically shows you a lot. It also really gives you a beautiful descriptive meaning of the gifts and what God has presented to us. And it's beautiful. It is. Shaka said, Amen. So let's continue with I know I indicated Capricorns, but let's do Taurus and then we'll do Virgos. Alright, so just make sure to share, follow, and like the live. Okay, and do what you will when it comes to, donating or whatever the case may be, but it's fine. I'd rather keep to my gifts than anything else. So, collectives, let's go on to Taurus for my beautiful Taurus sign, and then we're going to move on to my water signs, okay? And then obviously my fires. No, you know what? Yeah, water and then air. It just depends on basically, relatively, what's really being affected and who is as well. Okay? So for my Taurus collectives, my Taurus sun, moon, and rising, a lot of you at this point in time are very intuitive. You are following your instincts. Hello, Michelle. And if you're following your instincts, you're asking yourself, is it beneficial? No, Michelle, Virgo is next after Taurus. But make sure to share and follow the live and like too as well. Obviously, follow if you're new. And if you're not and you're loyal, then that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm completely grateful for most of you to be willingly to come in the live. And also make sure to follow me on YouTube Collectives, okay? Um, I would be very, very grateful and graceful to give that more informative information on YouTube as well. Um, I think I need like 15 more subscribers. And the information is in front of the profile too, Collective. So if you can share and follow and also implement these things of the people that you are connected to that I believe also needs help and assistance too as well when it comes to receiving that of healing, when it comes to receiving that of the God's truth too and the light to be received. Um, but everyone has free will to choose and to be willing to receive. Okay? I can only take you to the water. It's completely up to you to want to drink it and receive of it. Okay? Thank you, Father. Okay, let's continue with Taurus collectives. For my Taurus, my actual Tauruses, I mean June, a lot of you are really working hard. You're working so hard. A lot of my Tauruses, you are completely drained, in need of some sort of possibly maybe a walk in the park or nature or air. You need to take a breather and understand that you are deserving of this, to receive of this. It's okay to be honest with yourself and tell yourself that your body can no longer take it, especially when it comes to my Taurus men. You are completely tired and drained. A lot of my Tauruses, you know, it's completely up to you to want to face some sort of truth, and you have the free will to do so. But at the same time, things will not get done if you do not face them in time. And Tauruses, you have to make a decision, a very wise judgment. Okay, right now you're very indecisive in making these decisions. From both of my Taurus collectives, you are receiving offers. You will be receiving a multitude of offers. And I believe that you deserve this because you worked so hard for whatever you deserved. You worked gracefully. You know that mouths do not get fed alone. But you know that you have to work hard for this alone. And I know you need support. Okay, you just want someone to basically listen to you. That's it. That's all you want. You want someone to tell you how you're doing, how's your day, how's everything. But perhaps for some reason, you possibly maybe do get a sort of bit of entertainment, but not the people that you would want to receive them from. And if we do not make this decisive decision, it can affect your life. Because all you've been asking for, Taurus, is love and peace of mind. And to be heard. That's it. You're not asking for nothing else or nothing more or nothing less. You don't want someone to basically benefit off of you. You want someone that's side by side of you. You want a companion. You don't want to teach someone. You want someone already taught, just like you. Okay? And that will come. But not in your time. But at the same time, if you ask for God to show you proof, God has been showing you plenty of proof. God has been trying to show you plenty of signs. So hopefully, Taurus, as you pick it up quite fairly and quickly, and you make the offer that you want to make, the only internal sense of expression is actually making it happen, not keeping it in your head. Closed mouths will not be fed. That I know. So speak, or forever hold your peace. A lot of you, yes, you need to reflect. There is times where you can reflect. There's times where you can break down. There's times when you can speak to God. And there's times where you will receive. You may not know why. Sometimes we put ourselves into circumstances and situations we believe we wanted to get ourselves out of because of the intention. The intention was loyal. God knew, Tauruses, that all you wanted to do was just help and to receive and to go. And sometimes when you're in a predicament that you are not inclusive into, God takes you out of that predicament, but sometimes with a blessing, because the intention was not impure or unpure. You just went to go work. You didn't want nothing else. You just went to go work. You were so loyal. You trusted in everyone, but no one trusted in you. Everyone see how loyal, how trustworthy you were. Perhaps they perceived to basically wanted to receive of that. Possibly put you in a little game plane or game plan. And now you're confused because you're like, I was loyal. And yet I received nothing. I still stood and provided and helped. And yet you cheated me way out. That's what you did. But God comes back strong, Tauruses. And God will protect his children. Because God knew the plan. And you will come out winning at the end. While everyone else will be entrapped. Because your intention was true. You do have a protector behind you, always. And God will provide. But in order for God to provide, you asked for signs. Yet we did not see. We were blinded at the time because of interference. Because people wanted what they could not get or receive. What you had genuinely. Because of what you worked so hard for, Tauruses. It took you so long to get there. It took you years to be who you are. It did not come easy. And you still stood your ground and you were still loyal. So when people for some reason think that you get things easily, that is not the case. It's because you worked so hard for it. And because you were so patient and wise. And you made wise decisions for yourself to protect your heart and to protect yourself. That's it. You just wanted to be heard and trusted and understood. But yet no one understood you. They thought other things, other perceptions, based off of their own experiences that they could not relinquish from. They did not understand why you were so happy, why you're still standing. You should be on the ground. You should be somewhere asking for help, like a beggar. But you will not be the one begging. No, not anymore, Tauruses. You're so tired. But God is hearing you. You will get what you wanted. And you will also receive what you needed. And this will be of permanency. Something that you can basically take a break on. That's what I have for my Tauruses. Be patient. And this also has to do with Taurus placements. If you have Taurus in your chart, do not be scared what you're going to see. Do not be frightened what you're about to see. You will be the truth. You might have to testify. It might be a court situation, court issue, court matter. But you will be the one testifying. But you will still receive blessings. Sometimes we don't know how God gives us our blessings that we receive of. Sometimes it could be in a very weird way. Something you did not want to include yourself in, perhaps. And God knew you were of innocence. And at the end you received your blessing. And you didn't mind testifying. Because you love someone you lost. But now you get to live freely. Because all you asked was for freedom. And all you got was entrapment and loneliness and confusion. But you will get it. Trust me. And it's coming. If it's not this week, it's the following week. Come to me and testify for God, my beautiful Tauruses. It's coming. And I know you feel it. So enjoy yourselves this weekend. And yes, give freely. You don't understand what you're about to receive. Give. Give the little that you have, just give. Who cares if you have nothing more? At least you're breathing, and that's what matters. Live for today. Allow God to set your plans for the next day. Okay. Yes, let's do Virgo. And yes, I see you, Joseph. Okay. Thank you, Father, for giving me the downloads. You're awesome. Jesus, you're amazing. Without you, your people and I, we are nothing but pure flesh and dust and dirt. Skin to skin, blood to blood. Okay, Virgos. Virgos. Sun, moon, and rising for my Virgos. Wow, this is a bit tricky. Okay, but it's good. It just depends on which side you're on. And it also depends if you bring your gratitude in. We have to have gratitude, Virgos, especially if you have Capricorn placements in your chart. Pay it forward. That's what you will receive, my Virgos. A pay it forward. But I do believe for some reason, Virgos, you have a beautiful heart. And I have a feeling that you will balance your life out. What you believe could not be accomplished and be done will start to be accomplished and done. I believe you will have more people gracefully helping you. I believe that they were blinded, but now they see. They hear now. They have ears. They know. They know the stresses and the struggles that you went through to get to where you're at. You feel detached, but you're just teaching someone how to treat you. Do not hop on anything or everything you see. Continue to detach yourself. It's not like you're doing it willingly. It's not like you're enforcing yourself. It's just something that's natural, genuine, and has to happen. We're allowing ourselves to basically go within and reflect, Virgos. And you're seeing things for what it is. Your perceptions and your perspectives, well, that has changed completely. Before, it was what? I. And then the stories, the illusionments that were implemented in your heads. Well, I believe God took care of that for you. We cannot, for some reason, just guess and assume. We have to know with facts of what truly is going on. And I believe God has sent many signs for you to see. See everyone, perhaps. See how everyone is. My Virgos, you've been reflecting for pretty long, for quite some time now. It's okay to receive. It is your time to receive. You will have support when it comes to a pay it forward moment. You will also have support when it comes to acknowledging of oneself. You will have numerous and multiple offers right in front of you. But be careful and read between the lines. Read anything that's being given to you that you need to sign. You don't want to go through what happened before, because all we wanted to do was just to basically get something and be out, or to receive of something without basically analyzing. And I know, Virgos, you don't do that. Sometimes these things have to happen for a specific reason. But we cannot continue to look back on what we didn't do and learn from it and release of it and move forward and become our better selves, so that we know how to humble ourselves and we know how to respond to people. It is okay to say no. It's okay not to look back. It's okay not to turn back. It's okay to continue doing for yourself until you remain whole again. I believe God wants you to be whole. You're doing acts of service too much, enforcing yourself, implementing yourself for what? For acknowledgement of what? We have already acknowledged ourselves numerous of times. We know who we are. No one needs to tell us. Now it's completely up to us to change. Bring your ego down, squash it. I believe it has died before and it will die again. Because God's trying to teach you a lesson. He's not trying to stop your blessings, no. He's just trying to teach you something. To wake up. We speak of being analytical, detail-oriented. Yet we only allow that for some reason in our studies. What about in every area? Family, home. Take a better look at your home. Bless it. Include God in it, and He will do wonders for you. Read 1:12:30. Read it out loud while you're in your home, and you will see the blessings God gives you the next morning. But you have to genuinely do this to receive, not because I'm telling you to do it. Okay? Let's see what else I have for my Virgos. This is so beautiful. I need you not to fret. You might receive some sort of indication from the past. It's a very nostalgic, joyful indication. I bet that of a reminder. So, yeah, your dreams. If not your dreams, well then your conscious mind state when you're up. Because when God wants to show you something, He can care less if you're sleeping or you're awake. He will show it to you. Because He wants you to protect yourself. He wants you to know that you are okay. And that everything is okay. And everything that you're going through right now, that is for a beautiful, glorious reason. And it's a beautiful ending for those that are single. Not choosing to be single. You just feel alone. You feel single. Some of you are with someone and you feel single. It's okay. You will not tolerate easiness. You will not allow anyone to disrespect you. You will not be trampled on anymore. You will not be stepped on, Virgos. You are not to be taken lightly. A lot of people have implemented ideas, solutions, perhaps, to think selfishly of themselves and to take advantage and more advantage of Virgos. Not anymore. I believe whomever you're connected with, my beautiful Virgos, you're showing them the light. You're showing them how to treat you. You're teaching them how to balance things out with you. What it takes to get there and how far you need to get to receive. There's someone that praises you. There's someone that sees you as a blessing and a light. They know how much you suffer. You don't need to explain. The thing is that they're not ready, but they will be ready. Because God's about to show them something. Something that you do not have to express anymore. Do not enforce things on your other half. Let God do that for you. You just sit tightly and you continue doing what you need to do. They will work hard and even harder because they miss your love. They miss who you were. They miss that vibe. They miss that attachment. They miss your essence. And now all of a sudden, my beautiful Virgos, you had to detach. You did not ask for it. You just knew. You did not complain. You did not fret. You did not react. You didn't even scream. That's how painful it was. And that's how painful it has been. But things are about to change for you. Because you're teaching them exactly how to treat you. Do not hop on a man. You are not from the streets. You are a woman of your own home. How your ancestors treated you. How your ancestors treated you. And taught you how to be treated of a woman of the house. And that you shall remain. So continue loving yourselves. And continue enjoying your sense of nourishment to yourself and by yourself. Trust me and reassure that you're not, your partner's not the only one looking at you and adoring you. Trust me. You have options, but you choose not to choose those options because you love yourself enough to respect yourself. And you will not degrade yourself for anybody. You will not. Stay in your strengths and remain, and continue to be flourishing and creative, Virgos. You have everyone loving you. You might have people feeling a sense of guilt and shame because they not give you the time to love yourself. Everything that you've held on to, you did not heal. This is why it took you so long to heal. Because people have trampled on you and you've kept it in tightly, and you still stood up for yourself, and you were still able to love. You loved knowing that you were trampled on. You still smiled. You were still your genuine self, Virgos. And for that, you should give yourself a pat, because you deserve it. It's okay to receive. So receive. I know it might feel awkward or uncomfortable, perhaps, but you really got to reflect and sit down and tell yourself, you know what? I worked so hard on myself. I finally see. I'm receiving it, and I'm accepting it, and I love it. And if people ask, how does he love you so much? It's because you took the time to love yourself. And you took the time to allow that other person to heal and to love themselves enough to love you. You let them be free. You did not say hey or nay. You said okay. They suffered and you suffered. They healed because you healed. You worked on yourself. They worked on themselves. You motivated yourself even when times were hard, when you knew you were on the ground. God will take you out. God will get you out. You do not deserve that life anymore. You are not a slave to anyone but God. You continue to surrender, and you continue to give praise to God because he loves you. I can say he's the only one that has not failed me, and he will not fail you. Anyway, let's continue. That was so deep. I love the downloads God gives me. It's beautiful. Anyway, let's get to, okay, so I did Capricorn. Thank you, Father. No, I did Taurus and I did Virgo. Okay, beautiful. I know I did Capricorn this morning. Yeah, you know what? Let's get into the air signs and air sign placements, okay? Chia, my love, subscribe on YouTube, and you will have the opportunity to hear it. It is beautiful, so receive of it. And make sure, collectors, if you are new, subscribe. I would love the support on YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers, so God's message can relatively go out worldwide. This is what God asks us for, and this is God's calling. God exposes everything. God created everything. God created the planets. God created this earth. We're in it. We should not live by it, though, right? It should be governed of the law when it comes to God. The law's promise, the covenant law promise of God, not of society, not of the government. But because we live in this world, we have to obey. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do my water signs. Give me a sec, collectors. I do have to respond importantly, real quick. Apologies. All right, so let's do water signs. So I'm gonna do. Let's see what God wants me to do, real quick. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Um, and when it comes to crystals, collectors, yes, crystals are mentioned in the Bible. That is correct. I believe 12 or 13 crystals. Do not praise them. Just bless them in God's name. But don't praise materials. Okay? The tools is within us. The connection is with God. Always. Okay? Alright. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yes. Okay. Let's do Pisces. Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's just beautiful, by the way, Pisces. A lot of my Pisces, your throat chakra is opening. Some of you, your heart is healing and it's opening. It's beautiful. Let's continue. So, Pisces, ready to express something, right? Ready to communicate. This is a beautiful communication, by the way. It's taken so much time and strength to communicate something. Um, I do believe here for my Pisces collectives, had a very hard time expressing it, running from it, if anything, hiding from it, and yet not understanding why you still go towards it. um, I'm not laughing at my Pisces, I'm just saying. Um, let's continue. So, yeah, this is beautiful. So, Pisces, you're being patient. You're being quite patient. You're waiting for the right time. And I believe the time is now. It's near, now and near, especially if you're connecting with someone to communicate something perhaps that you've been holding back from. And it speaks of love and honesty and truth. Okay? Because you don't understand why you keep on and on and on and on. We run and run till we can't run no more. I believe for some reason till you hit a wall and then you bounce right back and you smile. You don't know why you're smiling. You don't know why you're feeling whole and complete for some of you. And well, because it's your time. Pisces, you asked for love. Had a very hard time finding love. There was times that basically you were shattered. What you've expected you did not receive. And that's because we still needed to work on ourselves. But the time is now when it comes to love, so receive it, Pisces. It's right around the corner. Especially for my Pisces men. Been having such a grand time, great time, but we need to relinquish of something. It is not playtime like that anymore, or party time all the time. Sometimes we have to let go of these things if we know what we want, if we know that it's time to settle. Sometimes our blessings are not received because our hearts know what we want, yet we are not rectifying it. We are not executing it. So these things sometimes throw some sort of curveball, some sort of setbacks and delays. Because God knows exactly what you need. And you know you've been wanting it and needing it. You love it. You enjoy it. You receive of it. But then we run from it. And we enjoy ourselves elsewhere, but then there's a sense of resentment and regret. a sense of confusion of what's going on. Why do I miss a particular party or person when I'm away? Why do I run and hide? Why do I indicate these white, tiny, tiny but subtle lies? Just so that I can feel good and roam and be free. Knowing that when I'm free and I'm alone, it's not complete. But when I'm with my partner, I feel a sense of completion. I feel a sense of wholeness. I believe for some reason I have the ability to trust myself enough to trust my partner. So why do I have such a hard time holding back? I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to feel that pain again. It was horrible. Hello, Michigan. It was a horrible feeling. But yet, there's still a sense of consistency. And I feel comfort. And I feel whole. And I am accepted. And I get listened to. Even when I know I'm not right, I'm still understood. And everything becomes okay again. So why do I run? What am I hiding? If I'm not hiding anything. I've asked for this, but I have to understand how to sustain and maintain it. If not, I'm afraid that it will slip out of my hands, because I believe that God gave me this, because I see it in front of my eyes. But yet I'm having a difficult time, because I'm still enjoying myself, but I'm not including in who is supposed to be enjoying it with me. This person since day one was part of my progression. They were part of my healing. They were part of my rising. They see me change. They see me flourish. But yet for some reason I keep running. Always feeling a sense of melancholy. I believe that that's just part of my nature. I have to start doing right. And I'm going to work hard for it. And I'm going to balance things out. As they should be balanced. I've been there for other people. They have not been there for me. Some, but not all. But yeah, this person beside me, has been there for me and has given me everything. And not just money. Everything. And yet I still run. I need to wake up. And I need to express something now. I don't want it to be too late. God, give me a sign. God has given you a sign since day one. But yet we run. Do I have time? Yes, you do. God's not telling you not to have fun. And God's not telling you not be around this person. Sometimes separation is key because it allows you to see. It allows you to see the truth. It allows you to separate from what people have spoken of you to what you've actually seen for yourself. Enough for you to make a decision. And enough to release it from yourself from those that have spoken wrong. Or, I'm getting to as well for my Pisces. You might ask for forgiveness because you were too blinded to see. Even though for some reason you had the choice to want to see, but you did not allow it. The only person we're supposed to be looking out for is ourselves. Because at the end of the day, everyone else will look out for themselves until they're ready enough to look out for you or to be there for you. But yet, Pisces, we do more for others than we do for ourselves. We ask and ask and ask, and we break down, and it's right there in front of you, and yet you run because you know you have options, but you're starting to see the difference, and you're trying to understand why, Because God created a person just for you. No one else. Because you're unique. Because you're different. Because you stand out. Because you work hard for yours. You work truly hard in every area. This is why you are Jack of all trades, Pisces. Even people with Pisces placements. You know exactly what you want and need. And you know exactly what you're doing it and how to play it. But someone knows how to play it even more. Try not to put yourselves in a trap that you cannot get out of. And try to be expressive and open. And then you will feel that freedom that you've been asking for. Even with your partner. Because there'll be nothing but trust there. And God will make sure to it that it will not separate. No matter what you need to do to make the best of it for your lives. And that's the mindset. And the tool and the answer to basically going in that of a portal. To reach to the new level, new heights of how to love correctly and freely. So that you don't have options in front of you and you can put your foot down where it may lead. Because your heart would only be for the person that God created you for. You will not see no one the same. You don't care how they look. They are not like the person God created you for. That's why, Pisces, you're always so confused as to why you see the same, but then you see different with your person. Both of you are like a yin-yang. You're supposed to connect because both of you are supposed to be power couples and be there for one another, but also be there for others because this time you will have it. You will flourish for quite a long time, but only if you do what's right in time, because yes, there is a time for everything. Because if not, and you ignore it, well, God will place someone else, the universe will place someone else, because you were too blinded to see, too ignorant to receive, and very egotistical. But I know a lot of my Pisces, you're already aware, and I see a lot of you on the go, because now you're awake, and I see a lot of you turning things around for the better. But soon enough in time, you will not need of anything or anyone. They will need of you now. And now you can make the decision. Because now you hold the staff. God is with you always. It's just up to you. Free will. And if you want to know if you have time, you do. I see, my Pisces, you're fighting. But you can't fight no more. You can't fight it. Okay, collectives. Alright, so that was Pisces. So we have Pisces, Cancer. Let's do Cancer. And then Scorpio. Thank you for the likes. Make sure to share and follow. Blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get into Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's see what's going on for my Cancers. And I cannot stress this enough. Go on YouTube if you have not heard of your sign. You will love it. Trust me. I have many signs, Gator. And I don't mind saying it because I know that I'm protected. Let's just say a trine is involved in my sign. A trinity. That connects with the moon and the sun. And as they get closer together, God continues working with thee. You're fine. It's okay. I'm not here to judge nor complain. I'm quite grateful. So, collectors, the YouTube is information's in front of the profile, okay? I'm just gracefully being patient and waiting till I get to 50 so that I can go on live there and spread God's messages genuinely and freely. I'm no hypocrite, trust me. I have not hit the books, but God feeds me with wisdom enough to know. Because I walk with faith. I am not blinded anymore. God exposed everything, especially when it comes for his people. God feeds you with divine light and grace. It feeds the soul, not the blood, not the flesh. Because God's in charge of the soul, no one else. And if you go, well, God takes your soul. Okay, let's do Cancer. What's going on with my beautiful Cancers? My beautiful Cancers. Accepting, achieving, prosperity. A lot of you are achieving, you're accepting, even if you have to start from the bottom. You guys are learning, quite stubborn perhaps, but you went through enough to understand that there has to be a new chapter, a new start in your life now. You cannot no more go backwards. There's been a lot of failures from my Cancers because of trying to control the emotion, the rage, the anger, the sense of guilt and resentment. Did we not want to see what we wanted to see that was in front of us? And this, for some reason, highly speaks of family. Family. They were not there when you needed them. You had to go through the pain yourself. You had to go through the heartache to know what it is to love, to know what it is to feel pain, to know what it is to continue to go back and suppress that pain, to know what it is to survive and to sacrifice that of one what? Temple. Degrade yourself, feel a sense of shame. But you knew the reason why you were doing it, because you were striving to survive, yet we degraded ourselves, understanding that we were going to be judged by this world and not be accepted. So you suffered on your own when you believed you had some sort of time alone. I've seen a lot of my Cancers beg for some sort of what? Refuge from your oppression and your suppression. For some reason not needing to want to speak of it. But that's where resentment was built. And that's where anger came. And frustration. You thought for some reason you did not have a way out. So you still remained. You did not feel the sense of wholeness. You were still learning. But yet for some reason we took it out on people that cared about us and loved us. Enough not to really know what we were doing to ourselves, but enough to basically continue to stand and get up and still move forward, because every day is a new day. It gives you a new chance of life and opportunity to think things through. So my Cancers, you had to reflect so much on what you may have done to somebody or to others, because for some reason you believed that you were still entitled, or you felt that you were still owed something. But no, that was not the case. You owed something to yourself, and that's forgiveness of oneself, or forgiveness to ask that to God. and you shall receive of it, because God gives everyone a new chance every day. It's okay to break down. If you believe that no one is watching, you're being watched and guided every day. But because things have not moved forward, it's because you have not received the free will to come out of your comfort zone to make a change. Perhaps that of what family, perhaps that of what children. Taking accountability for what you've done. Actions, consequences that need to be received. Still not understanding why things are not going the way you want them to go. And still suffering because we lost faith a long time ago in ourselves, not given the chance or opportunity to have faith in someone else, that they will have faith in you enough to forgive you. If you think that that's not going to happen, you will receive forgiveness, but that person will not stay. You have to have the strength to continue to move forward and make a better life for yourselves. They will forgive you. And if you do not receive forgiveness, forgive yourselves, because life still goes on, with or without you. It doesn't matter the situation. If you do not change these ways and you think that by moving from location to location, it's going to be any better, you're gladly mistaken. If you believe that you're not at the right place at the right time, you are. It's the people that you invite. It's the people that surround you. It's the people that surround you. Change it, and your perception and perspective will change as well. Because they will tell you and show you and guide you how to get out of the situation that we put ourselves into. And you will see the change. Gradually, slowly, that you will see it. And then you will look back and you will understand everything that you put yourself through. And let's not regret the fact that we had to sacrifice to survive for our children. That's different. But it's how you did it that mattered. And this is how your children look up to you. And now how they see you. And yet we question ourselves of why we're being mistreated and misunderstood. That's how you taught them to treat you. That's how you taught them to treat yourself. And this is why they are the way they are. Because supposedly it was okay. Because it was okay with you. And it wasn't. It was never okay. There is no short way out. There's only the long way. But I promise you, if you reflect the way that Virgos did, you will surely get out of that infliction, that suppression and that oppression. Just ask God and He'll give you every information that you need necessary, that you've been asking for and begging. But you really have to surrender, and you cannot look back. You cannot say, oh, I miss that feeling. Oh, I have nothing. It's better not to have than to have. For you have your breath and you have your life. God will see to it that you are provided. Do not fret. And you will see to it that you will get out of it. Because you're stronger than you think. And you are being watched. And you're never alone. Alright, collectives. Blessings. Blessings to all of you. And that you may all heal in gratitude. And remain whole and humble. We're not perfect. But God sees us as one. And we are a projection of God. So we remained that way. Do not hinder yourselves. Do not batter yourselves. Look at yourselves in the mirror and tell yourself, I can and I will. Not that I try, but at least I know that I did what I did. And I know that I will and I can overcome. Nothing formed against you shall prosper. you see how you see fit. Use your discernment. I'll be back on. Blessings.